Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this series of videos, I'll be looking at the Judge Dredd case files in order and picking out the most prominent and important stories, as well as noting some artists and writers that actually appear in these books. Okay, so this is volume 25 of the complete case files. All in all, pretty decent collection. We start off with the second half of The Pit, which I still think is probably one of the best storylines that Dredd's had in a long time. I love the fact that we've got the same supporting cast show up in it all the time, and it kind of makes it feel like a functioning precinct rather than kind of Dredd just going from sector to sector doing all this stuff. We got DeMarco in here as well, although she doesn't become PI DeMarco, which I thought was going to happen because of the shenanigans that are going on. Castillo and a few other people, Giant as well. Different artists all the way through the storyline, but all in all, it's pretty decent, decent story. So that goes on for quite some time, probably about a third of the book, I would say. Um, but yeah, pretty decent. Then we get Dead Reckoning, which is a Judge Death. He returns to life. Is manages to escape because they blow up the place he's being held, and he possesses a couple of people and travels back to Deadworld, but travels back into Deadworld's past before Dredd's even got there. So Dredd has to go back into the past of Deadworld, and there's two deaths and all this kind of stuff. That's pretty decent as well. Artwork's very, very good. Greg Staples, I believe, artwork this one. Double check that one. Yep, Greg Staples, excellent, excellent Dredd artist. Love his Dredd faces. Looks very, very cool. But yeah, that's pretty decent. Hottie House again. Okay, it's fine, but you get what you expect. Um, Away Day is a little short thing, but again, it's nothing's one and done. Greg Staples up well, very, very good. Death of Legend is probably another significant story in this one, which shows Dredd taking out Magruder to do a final case, and she's gunned down and killed. And it's like, okay, yeah, rather than have you kind of dying in bed or whatever, um, give you a kind of a final chance to kind of like serve justice, as it were. It's pretty cool. Vibrant Career. It's a kind of a coincidence of accidents. Question of Sport. Okay, I'm not too sure about who did this artwork in this one, but yeah, a bit over exaggerated. So not a massive fan of this one artwork. Um, Rise and Fall of Chairman Dilbert is about a thing where humans have become chairs and they're rented out, and this one it becomes so famous because he's the chair of a vid star that he becomes a collector's item, and he's actually kidnapped for his own worth, which is pretty good. The Pack, which is about some sand monsters that kind of attack the Mega City border. That's pretty decent. Artwork wise, pretty nice as well. And that goes on for a few issues. And then we get this one, which I can't remember what it's even called because I don't think it's got a name to it. But this is about stuff that's been stolen from the Black Museum and is being shifted off to Luna. And there's loads of stuff in this thing. It's got a mechanismo unit and all. And it turns out that when Dredd's assigned there, it's got this weird guy who's a psychic guy who's apparently can foretell the future, and he can see that it's happening on Titan. So he goes there and he can foresee his own death as well. But it turns out that it is the zombie Dredd from City of the Damned that's been released and is going munching around people. That's pretty cool as well. That goes on for quite some time, but that's a pretty decent storyline. But yeah, so that kind of goes through. We could kind of get some callbacks. We get to see this cool armor. We obviously back on Luna 1. We get to see the fungus from the old Judge Child stuff. So yeah, very, very cool storyline. Um, and then we're back into the magazine. And again, magazine. Well, we've got 4 issues of magazine, which is interesting. Yeah, not great. This artwork again never really appealed to me, and it all seems to be the same kind of thing. It's basically someone gets shot and someone's laying on the ground. There's 2 of them. This one's about a guy who goes nuts. I can't remember what it is. Again, it's more. I think it's maybe it's being a jokey one. Um, but yeah, this is the second one of the same artist. Again, same kind of, just looks the same. Yeah, if you put them four in the same, you wouldn't notice. And I assume it's all to do with this judge that's gone rogue, and I don't quite know. Ironically enough, this is the best one of magazine, which is basically about Dredd has to man the operations desk for the sector, and he gets increasingly frustrated. And you can see he does his best to kind of help people, which is really really cool. And then he gets frustrated because he can't realizes that the judges he's putting on the streets can't deal with the amount of stuff going on, and like a judge is being killed on kind of on the other end of the radio, and he can't do anything about it, and he's frustrated about it. That's really good. Again, it's another character piece of Dredd. Dredd must know that kind of thing, but seeing it actually displayed is very, very cool. But yeah, that's it really. So I assume we've got less magazine stuff in there because maybe the Pit crossed over to magazine. Um, because I don't remember reading the Pit all the way through, and I think that's why. I think the Pit may have crossed over, but I couldn't say for sure. Let's have a quick look. No, it didn't. No, it's all 2000 AD. Interesting. So I wonder why we've got only so little magazine issues in. Odd, 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 odd. Anyway, yeah, 25. Combine this with 24 for the Pit. This is probably some of the best stuff that's been going for quite some time since this is definitely one of them definitive classic stuff. We're talking Necropolis style kind of stuff. This is it, and we've got a few others coming up, but yeah. In the meantime, this is a very very decent volume of the magazine of the complete case files for sure. So yeah, well worth a read if you're a Dredd fan. So there you go. Anyway, I think that's pretty much once over this one. It's a particularly short video, but I think the Pit being a lot of this book, and I don't want to spoil it because it's a very, very good storyline. Um, it's just basically good enough to say, if you're looking for Dredd, read, especially modern Dredd that isn't black and white. This is definitely one to look at. So there you go. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.